What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Dillon. Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully each and every single one of you are feeling fine and fantastic. Today we're joined by the one and the only Tanya.
Hello.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, straight away, let me just get this out of the way, off my chest, guys. I need to do it. What you guys have to realize, right? KGF 2, there are some people out there that have said really horrible, disgusting things about it, and it's actually upset me to a point where people have created an agenda about something before they go in, and then when they go and watch it, they just talk negative about it, yeah? And look, you can have an opinion about the movie, you can have opinion, everyone's entitled to opinion. You, me, Tanya, the next door neighbor, the cat, the dog, whatever. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion. But when you bash something for the sake of bashing it, for no reason other than, like, literally, if you're bashing something because of one or two things, no problem, I understand that. But when you're bashing something and talking negative about the whole movie in general, when literally everyone has seen the movie and knows exactly what they saw, and they understand, yes, the sounds were loud, we said it, the music was very, very loud, but it's part of the Indian culture and we respect that and we understand that, no problem. That's why I changed my vote to a 10 out of 10, because it was a bit disrespectful going to a 9. Me doing that, I feel like it was a bit disrespectful. But the movie in general, yes, you had bits that were just thrown in there and just action. But this is what they wanted to do. This is what the director wanted to do. This is part of the South Indian culture. South Indian movies are like this. If you don't want to watch South Indian movies, you know what the trailer's like, then don't go watch. Simple. South Indian movies are there to entertain people, to give people somewhat of a story. But if you want to go watch something that gives you a storyline where you go out crying, then more often than not, you're not going to get that with South Indian movies. Some, yes, but more often than not, it's not going to happen because it's about action and cars flipping and unrealistic things. That's the way it is. Go watch Allu Arjun films the exact same way. There's so many unrealistic things that happen, but you have to appreciate it because it's different. It's different from the norm. And when I mean the norm, go watch Hollywood movies. There's plenty of other movies, but for people to bash the whole entire movie, like how people don't say that quite literally the sound effects were amazing and they were over the top. No, they were incredible, absolutely incredible. So I just want to put that out the way, guys. We're going to give our review now, but I'm just really ticked off because it's very disrespectful, especially when you're watching movies from another country, and this goes for people that are writing reviews, doing reactions, doing movies on videos and things like that. As a truck goes by, sorry guys, I have the window open because it's very hot now. If you're doing that, then you have to also show some respect to the people you're talking about, yeah? There's a line that you pass, yeah? There's a line that you pass, and the thing is, you can be honest, but then there's a point of ridiculousness where you're trying to grab attention from other people, yeah? And for me, being horrible to people who have put time and 8 years into a freaking movie just for you to bash and just absolutely rip their guts apart is horrible to me. That's being a horrible human being. That's not even being a critic or a reviewer. That's just having an agenda, a hidden agenda, going in there and not liking, to be honest, not liking South movies, but yet you go watch a South movie and then it's like me, for example, it's like me going to, I don't know, coming here to Spain and, for example, me not liking the Spanish language or me not liking Spanish people, but yet I'll move to the country and then all I'll do is bash the country. You know what I mean? Yes, I do bash the country every now and then. That's because they steal my tax, but that's a different story. But that's what I mean. I respect the culture here. My children are Spanish. My wife is Spanish. You know what I mean? So it's like I respect the cultures. And it's a point of, I don't want to bring it up, but it's a point of a little bit of racism involved, yeah. And with the Western society, it's so disgusting and horrible that it makes me sick to my stomach how people have these agendas, but not just about Indian movies, about things in general, you know what I mean? And it makes me sick to my stomach because that's why the way the world is. That's why the world is the way it is. Sorry, that's why the way the world is. That's why the world is the way it is right now. Is because of these things. People may not say, "Oh no, this is nothing racist. I'm not a racist person." Things like that. Yeah, you may not think that, but some of the things you're saying is or can be interpreted, and that's how you bring anger and a lot of hatred out from people, yeah, and then it spreads in the community. So if someone says something that is absolutely repulsive on the YouTube community, then someone like Tanya and I, like us, we will get slated for it, and we've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But that's the perception now, yeah? Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm disgusted, and it's despicable, some of the things that have been said, but we're going to get into the review. Sorry, guys. There you go. My rant is over.
Did you get it out of your chest?
Oh,
Are you feeling better?
Oh, I wanted to, guys. It's been brewing. It's been absolutely brewing. And
in my case, I just ignore the comments. I know they do it because they are rather bored. They want views and they don't. They want attention and views, and they don't know how to do it. And they know that by saying negative things, they're going to get people going to their channel and saying, "Oh, go look at these people, what they're saying." Mm-hmm. So I just ignore it. They can say whatever they want. They're getting in trouble, and I don't think the same. But if they want to think that, it's their problem. They're the ones living in that world where
it's sad. It is sad.
Where everything is negative and everything is sad. Yeah.
All right. Now to the movie. Let's go. Tanya, you go first since I talked for 55 minutes.
I have a list of things.
Tanya's got things written down for herself. Yeah?
Because then what happens is we start talking about carrots. We end up talking about watermelons.
Yep.
And I miss talking about pears in between. Yes.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I have this just in case I forget something. It's there. Okay.
All right. You go first.
Okay. So first thing I want to say is the message from the movie. You don't need to read my notes. Get your own thoughts. Don't copy my exam. Thank you. The message from the movie. It's very inspirational. I said it already, but it's in different ways. The first thing that we can take out of the movie is they say history is written by winners, but history is actually written by people that have the power.
Perfect. There you go. Yep.
That's how it is.
Yep.
If they want to say that in this fight...
Do you think the Bible was written by a homeless person?
I don't know.
No, but I'm just saying, like, do you think, like, powerful things in history was written by homeless people, was written by people that have no significance? No.
No, of course not.
People in charge.
Yeah, but that's how it is. Like, there's a fight between Joe and Pete won, but I'm interested in history thinking that Joe won, so I'm going to write that Joe was the one that won instead of Pete. And that's how it is. You have no way of going to the past and say, "Oh, what happened? Let me check. Oh, let me ask someone that's still alive from 20,000 years ago and let me ask him what happened." No way. Doesn't happen. And
keep going, because I don't want to spoil anything.
No, but that's how it is. And I mean, they and that's how it is.
Is this a spoiler? No, the spoiler review. No.
What do you mean?
Is this review a spoiler review? No.
I'm just going to say the fact that Rocky doesn't appear in history. He's been wiped out of it, and they have to, like, all the books have been.
Do we
burnt.
say why?
No. All the books have been burned, like, there was only one left, El Dorado. That's the one where they're taking all the story from.
Yeah.
The rest of the books have been burned because the government didn't want him
That's what I wanted to say. Because of the president.
The president didn't want him
dictator.
to... Yeah. They didn't want him to go... To be, like, recognized in history.
Yep.
And that's why everything happened. And that shows you how easy it is. How easy it was in the past to do the same. Yep. So that makes me think, how many things that we think are real are actually fake?
Yeah.
I get that there. And then the second point...
You just slide it in and let everyone dissect it.
Exactly. Think about it. And write it in the comment section. And then, how good it is and how important it is to have a good reference in your life.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
That's something that we take out of it. Like Rocky had his mom. It was his reference to a point that even when she died, she still makes him do everything that he does.
But yeah, also you could take that as being inspirational too, because it's like I was telling you,
inspirational. The way she was powerful. She like did everything
and
for him.
When we found out who his dad was, no spoilers. When we found out who his dad was, it just shows us, everyone, that quite literally, no matter your upbringing, no matter how bad something is or a person in your life is, that you can do amazing things. No matter where you've come from, you can do amazing things if you have that inspiration and goal in your life. Oh, that was good. I love that.
That's how it is. His mom was his reference.
Yeah.
To a point that she was so brave. She was so determined to get her son a better life than she had. Yeah. And she fought for it until she died.
The movie shows you just what a woman she was.
Yeah.
Just absolutely.
Crazy, inspirational. And absolutely.
Those sorts of things happen around the world. And this is why I say this movie, like, people got to stop just like bashing it and like if you have an agenda, you just say negative things, but you have a closer look at the inside of the movie, and
that was very important.
It was beautiful.
And just, how like
what a woman.
And then also she gave her courage to Rocky. Yeah. To a point where now he feels invincible, and he went into the gold mines to the gold fields to help all that people that was living in fear for years. Yeah. And he just went in there and showed them, you don't have to be afraid. Just fight for your rights.
To party.
And just look at the beginning of the movie. The first thing we see is, I said it already in the experience we shared, but the kids. Yeah. The kids are in awe with Rocky. It's like their gods. It's like
someone like Donnie.
It's a god to them.
Yep, exactly right.
They like worship him to a point where they want to be him.
They walk around and dress like him.
They dress like him. They walk like him. They actually replay the same scenes from the first one, the scenes that they saw with their eyes.
The kids actually reenact it by dragging bodies through the dirt, like. And they
drag each other. Like, one pretends to be the dead body, the other one pretends to be Rocky,
and the other one,
he wears the thing on the eye and the hammer, and they pretend to.
The original blind guy is there as well, so they do reenactments with the blind guy as well.
One pretends to be the blind guy like this, and they actually get the blind guy with the hand and take him out like Rocky did in the first one.
And then they throw another kid's body out of the mine.
Yeah, it's crazy. Awesome. It's awesome. Crazy, and that shows you. Those kids, before Rocky got there, they all lived in fear. Now, they live thinking that there's something better out there. Yeah. That if you fight for what's right, you can get out of any situation.
Out of any situation. Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. There's so many times where he could have given up, even in number one. But number two, so many times he could have given up. But his mum was so powerful to him that it was just, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. You know what I mean? Just how inspiring she was for his whole character. You know what I mean? I'm just in awe just how special that woman was to him. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. She was. Okay, that's the first point that I wanted to say.
That was the first or second?
That's the first point. Jeez. 2 points inside the first
point. This is going to be about an hour. This is going to be an hour, so I hope you do enjoy it.
Now it's all a pack. Like, so that was the idea of the movie. Yeah. Now to recreate it, to show it to people. Yep. They had amazing like visuals.
Yeah. Yep.
You could say, some things are a little bit over the top, like when he pushed the guy and he bounced on the floor and he came back. That's South Indian.
But that's South Indian.
That's South Indian. We've seen that with Allu Arjun. We've seen that with Jaya and Tia. We've seen it plenty of times in South Indian. Yeah. With Talapati Vijay, we've seen him do it too.
Yeah. Quite literally. Like, I've seen Telepathy Vijay blow up a police station and walk out and flick gum into his mouth.
Exactly. Like no gravity. Yeah. But that's what it is. Yeah. It's like that. I mean, the first time you're like, what the heck was that? But then when you see it like repeatedly in a lot of movies, you realize that's their style. I still see it and I'm like, whoa, I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Because we don't see it that often being Westerners. And that's what I said. We have an appreciation for... People don't realize how much we truly do appreciate Indian films. If we see a bad one, we'll tell you some bad things about it, yeah? But we're not going to... I mean... Look, we're going to be honest with you. War wasn't the greatest movie, but we gave it an okay rating because it was good. There were some things in War that were horrible, but it was a good movie. You know what I mean? There's no need to dissect 2 or 3 things and then say the whole movie is crap.
No, of course.
I love South. I love South.
And then the music and the sound effects were great. Not only visually, but also the sound effects and the music was... just like it was great. It
was amazing. Like just feeling that hit your heart when the sound effects come. The thing behind the sound effects too, just when Rocky was talking and the sound effects hit, but nothing happened. What it was doing, it was adding to the suspense for when something was going to happen in the future. It's a build-up of everything. That's what it does. And that's what South Indian movies tried to do. They tried to build the suspense up, and even more in KGF. That's why they did it.
That's how it is. So they have powerful music and sound effects, because the music was amazing. I mean, we've reacted to it already, but the music... I mean... Maybe I think the music from number 1 was better than the one from number 2.
Number 1, but you can't compare number 1's music. You can't compare number 1 to number 2 because number 1's on a different scale. Number 2 is fantastic.
It is.
Number 1 is just... It
is. But I mean, like, they even reuse some of the music from number 1. Some of the background music is from number 1.
And some of the clips. With Rocky, some of the clips.
Yeah, to me, the music from number 1, like when you ask someone which is the greatest like music you've ever heard from any cinema in the world, any movie in the world, a lot of people tell you like Gladiator and things like that. I think KGF 1, the background music, can perfectly compete with Gladiator. It's great. It's amazing. I mean, I have it like I downloaded it in an hour. It plays for an hour, and I listen to it when I edit. It gives you so much power and so much like it pumps you up so much. It's great. It's amazing. It's one of the best music I've ever.
I'll take the next point. Okay, so keep your points. Okay. I'll take the next point. What I want to quickly touch on, guys, and just talk to you about is the special dialogue inside.
That was my third point, actually. Did you read it? No, Did you read it?
I swear to you, I did not. Because I'm just in my head. My best scene, my favorite freaking scene. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I got a little bit wet in my pants. But the thing is, this scene was so special. That moment where... This is not going to spoil it, but this is just a moment in the movie where he comes back and all the trucks are lined up. And he's the one standing in front of all his men. I'm trying not to spoil it. I'm trying so hard.
Don't.
And he gives a powerful speech. I was just like, what the heck? And then the guns let loose and I'm just like, yeah! And then everyone in the cinema's like, woo! Yeah. It's like... I'm trying not to spoil it. I'm trying so hard. But the dialogue from that was just insane.
Great.
It was just insane. Let's just say. I mean, insane doesn't... I can't even describe the word itself. It's just... There's no adjective. You just...
You have to... I think...
you have to go to the cinema to experience that what we did, yes? Yes, it's going to be good at home. Yes, it's going to be good at home. But I think experiencing it in a cinema with other people that love it and appreciate it adds to the atmosphere. Because whenever he said something within the dialogues, like whenever he had these lines, these special lines, like you have to pay attention to the subtitles. You can't look as an international audience, you can't look at the movie itself. You need to read the subtitles to get this movie because it was inspiring, the words, yes. And a lot of people were saying within the dialogue there was a lot of things that was political. No, there was a lot of things about religion that was beautiful, and people didn't realize that. International audience won't realize that because they weren't paying attention. Because they were probably sitting here like this going...
No, that's the thing. You can't... Because
you go in with an agenda, you lose concentration. You have to concentrate. And that's what's so important, yes? So important. So... Yeah, the dialogue for me was special, guys.
Very.
Back to Tanya in the studio.
No, I mean, I think I'm waiting for the movie to come out in the platforms to watch it again. Yeah,
we'll watch it with you guys because
for the dialogues.
I think that would be good too to watch it with you guys when it comes out on the platforms, because what it does is we've given them time to make as much money from the cinemas as possible. And I dare say KGF was blasted the cinemas. Oh my gosh, they would have blasted those cinemas.
But I mean, the dialogues, some of them are those ones that make you think. You actually have to pause and read it and think, oh my God, they're so true.
I think there will be a lot of pausing when we rewatch it.
It's not like they tell you something straight, but they do like a metaphor or something, and it makes you think about it. You're like, oh my God, that's so true. Like, gosh. Yeah. It's great. The dialogues are great, so it's really important that if you go watch the movie, you watch it in a language that you can understand. Don't go just like to watch the action. Make sure you understand the movie and you read the subtitles in a language that you understand. You need to know the history
about like Vikings and things like. You need to know the history about religion. It's okay for you to say, "Oh yeah, I know Indian films." You also have to know a little bit about history, because it's like some of the things that they were saying was mind-blowing to me. Like the thing that I didn't know was about the dictator, about a little bit was very, very in the film was very similar to what was happening back then in the 60s, but also it was very different. But they were adding it in a different way because they wanted to add to the hatred towards that character, towards the dictator. That's why they did it. It wasn't because they were bashing their own country, or you know what I mean?
Of course not.
You know what I mean? So it's like it was special,
Yeah, very special.
It was special.
Now you read the next point, but read it with enthusiasm, okay? What does it say?
Yash is God. It said great, but I'm saying
Yash is great. You say God.
No,
I agree. I agree.
Yash
great
is God. Yash is God. I mean, okay, you go first because I'm going to go.
No, I mean the way he suits the character is.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's unbelievable.
It's more. I've never.
Like whenever I see Yash, I can see Yash and not think about Rocky. It's impossible. It's like,
dude, it's unbelievable. I've never seen an actor suit a character so much. It's unbelievable, unfreaking believable, dude. Yeah. Oh my gosh, just
but that's the way that's the way Rocky should be.
Yeah.
No one else can play Rocky. I mean, it's just like that.
Yeah.
It's like everything. The beard, even the people that says that he doesn't suit the beard, like, come on, everything.
Mate,
the
if
hair,
he had no beard, he'd end up looking like me.
Everything.
Look at me. Look, I got 15 bloody chins with no beard, no facial hair.
He's got that badass, sexy look.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know whether to like want to like kiss you or be afraid of you. I
would kiss it. I mean, no. I mean, yeah, I'd stroke his beard. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The only thing I would stroke is his beard. But yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, oh my God, you fall in love with the character, but at the same time, it's so scary because he's so like, powerful, and he's not scared of anything. He'll just go and kill you anytime. Like, he goes like snaps your neck in 2 seconds. You're like, just that.
There's so much I want to say.
But we can say
we have to do a separate video.
I'm trying not to talk about things. That's why I'm like, don't say it. Yeah, just
okay.
yeah, she's great.
I'll add to a couple more points. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I want to touch on is the makeup artists and all the people that were involved in the costumes. Just even Adira's outfit. Adira's outfit was incredible.
Adira's look was great.
Yeah, his look was amazing. Yes, absolutely amazing.
Viking kind of look.
Yep. It was incredible. So good. Absolutely incredible. I didn't like the fact that he let his nephew die in the first one.
He didn't care about his nephew.
That's what I mean.
Stop the nephew.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, and then you appear out of nowhere, like, "Hey, I'm right to take back what's mine." It's like, excuse me, where the hell were you when your family member was dying? You prick! What, you were hiding in someone's asshole? What's wrong with you? Anyway, the costume team was sensational. But even the outfits that Rocky was wearing was just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I can't put many faults within this movie. Not many faults. My only fault, right, guys, so there are a lot of the cons. There are a lot of the pros, sorry. But I have a couple of cons, and I'll be honest with you guys. It is the way the music was very loud. But I accept the fact that because I was asking, and I went and asked a lot of Indians, because it's their movie, not ours. Mm-hmm. It's their movie. I asked them, and they said that's normal. That is normal for, especially in the cinemas. And I said, okay, I respect the fact. All right, I'll respect that. So once I talked to a lot of Indians, that's why I rescinded my -1 point. Yeah, that's one. Another point is quite literally how there wasn't as much. Let's just say we didn't have a lot of time to digest a lot of things because everything was just happening, yes, non-stop, just going and going and going. And the only time we got to have a breather was 4 minutes, I think, and that was a music video, yeah. And that was the only time we had the breather. But even the music video, I was so focused on the music video, I couldn't even concentrate on what just happened the last hour, yeah. They're the only fault, even though they're not massive faults, yeah. Another thing too that I want to say, and it's probably the last fault, maybe, if I can think of other things, but the last fault I want to make itself is the I'm trying not to spoil it here, but what they did to Rocky's girlfriend, because they weren't married yet.
Yes, they married.
Did they marry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think of a way not to spoil this.
If you touch that, there's no going to spoil it.
I won't. They should have had her more in the film. They should have had her involved a lot more, so we got a lot more attached to her.
That's my only down point.
I'm trying not to spoil it.
No, that's my only down point.
The only down point, all right, guys, right, is they should have had her a lot more in the film, so we got attached more and more. And what she said was happening should have happened at the start of the film. That way we got more attached to it, and the build-up was there because we were ready for it. And then whatever happens at the end. That's when you'll see the waterworks just flood from everyone. That is the emotion getting built. But I think because it all happened instantly, you didn't really, and she wasn't involved in the film as much. You didn't really you didn't really feel it as much at the end.
In general, I think the movie lacks of emotion. That's the only thing. Yeah. Compared to the first one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but don't try to spoil it. Don't try to spoil it.
No. But the first one, it was like during the whole movie, my heart was frozen. Yeah. Like I had a pain on my chest.
Like the bun scene, the blind man scene, the hammer scene.
There was so many scenes building up the hate that I had for Garuda. Honestly, everything, like the way they were treating the people that were working there when they killed the guy that couldn't walk, that hurt his legs. Then the blind man scene, the kid that crosses the line to get the ball, the band scene. There's so many scenes that I couldn't breathe. I remember I forgot to breathe in number 1.
Yeah.
I was like, there was a point where I was like, I think I haven't been breathing for like 5 minutes, and because I wouldn't even dare to breathe. I was like, my heart was, I could feel my heart getting out of my chest.
Yeah.
And I had a mix of emotions.
But also
I was angry, happy, sad. I wanted to cry. I wanted to kill Garuda. I wanted to go in there and save everyone. It was like,
with that, you can't really compare number 1 to number 2. Yeah, but I understand what you mean. I understand fully what you mean. But maybe we got to put ourselves into the director's shoes. Maybe he wanted a different way of doing it on the second one.
Maybe, but to me, the number 1 is so good because
it was.
Because of that. Because it takes your breath away. Literally takes your breath away of how good it is.
That climax though in number 2, the climax was sensational. The climax fight was one of the best. Just, oh my gosh, it was so good.
No, I mean, I think the second one is more action.
It's more serious.
Action.
I said this from the beginning.
No, it's not just serious. Number 1 was really serious.
No, but
number 2 is more like.
Number 2 is less comedy. It's I'm telling you,
that too. There's no comedy. That too.
From what we saw at the end, this was a serious film because it's very significant. When KGF number 3 comes out, everything that's happened in number 2, we're gonna be like, what the actual heck? You gotta keep in mind that the way the director's done this too is he's tried to add things in, so in number 3, when that comes out, we can make sense of the story from number 2 as well. Maybe. Yes, because some things were unanswered, and I don't want to spoil it, but some things were unanswered. So in number 3, we're going to be like, that's why he did that. But for me, a scene that was truly special. I'm sure. For me, the scene that was truly special was the moment that, I don't think this is going to be a spoiler really, but the moment, because we all know his mum's dead. Yeah. The moment that they will bring in her coffin and burying it with all of them in the mines. Yeah, they will literally, she was a part of everything now, because that moment shows us that she's truly the inspiration behind of the whole of KGF right then and there. She was the inspiration, because let's face it, without Rocky, those people would have been probably dead by now, all of them. Yeah. Absolutely all of them.
No, and the fact that he actually buried her in a place where she could see everything that he has built.
Correct.
Like, look, mom, this is my empire. This is everything. Like, everything I promise you is here.
That city he's built for KGF is sensational, guys.
Great, awesome. That message was amazing.
Speaking about little babies. All right, so at the end, guys, right, we're going to review in-depth detail in the future when it comes out on... is it Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Prime, probably.
I'm pretty sure it's Prime here in Spain that bought the rights. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
And we're going to do a little bit more in-depth detail with you guys, because that way you can see the experience for us. Not the first time experience, but you could see what we meant from our reviews inside of it. Because a lot of people won't be able to go watch it in the cinemas, and we know that. We know that, guys.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys. I'm absolutely looking forward to doing that. But I just want to say, guys, that overall this movie was 10 out of 10 for me, and the experience was just sensational. And I would love one day, maybe into the future, when there's a big blockbuster movie like this come out, to go to India and experience it. It will be like no other. And well, look, we respect the culture so much of India. Some things we don't agree. Yeah, that's normal, because we're humans. Humans aren't supposed to agree on a lot of things. I know that, I understand. But yet we still show respect towards it. You know what I mean? So it's like I get the flavor of South Indian, and I absolutely love it and enjoy it. And I truly want to thank the Tamil community and all the communities that that's here in Spain that welcomed us, especially with Beast as well. I'd just like to thank you guys. Just absolutely sensational. It just goes to show you how truly amazing majority of Indians, because the majority of the world isn't nice. Yeah, we know that. But majority of Indians are really, really nice, and you made us feel welcome, and I'd like to thank you guys for that. And you guys invited us, and it was like a private community, guys, and we're truly thankful for it. We'll talk more in our base review anyway. So all right, guys. Hopefully we haven't missed out on too many points. Like I said, for me, it's 10 out of 10. Tanya?
I said in the other one, 9 out of 10. Because to me, number 1 is 10 out of 10. Yeah. Number 1 for me was...
But I think if we could give it a higher rating, number 1 would be like a 12 or a 13.
Yeah.
That's why I said you can't really compare, because it's a next level. This is fantastic.
No, number 1 will go like 15 if I could go over 10. I have to stay on 10 because I can go over it. But yeah, it'll be like 15.
I'll be intrigued in number 3 to see what number 3 is all about. Very, very intrigued because of the end result of what we saw. Number 3 is going to be something special, I do believe. So, all right, guys, take it easy. We'll speak to you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we're going to do our Beast review right now.